Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. This is how to invest. This one will be on QuantumScape, and without further ado, let's hop right into it. So QuantumScape has been under quite a bit of pressure from an earlier short seller report that I made a video previously about, and has fallen quite substantially since it came out. I think that came out just about a week ago, and it was about in the 40s range, maybe about 42. I think was around this range, and has dropped to $30, and at one point today, if we look at the daily chart, was under $30 at $29.96 at the lowest of today. I think it even went to $29.85. So what is happening with this stock? Why was the short seller report so effective, and what is going on? That is what I'll be trying to answer in this video. If we look here, the market cap is approaching $10 billion, which is getting very, very attractive for a long-term outlook. If you guys follow Jim Cramer, he has a morning kind of talk show podcast with, I'm not sure what her name is, but it's on the Street YouTube video. He even suggested that this is becoming attractive as a speculative play. By no means will this be making up the bulk of my portfolio or the majority, but this is a kind of high-risk, high-reward stock in my opinion. If they're able to pan out with their technologies, which they've been making great progress and great strides forward, then this will be a home run stock, and it should be in most every EV on the market. And if not, I'm willing to lose this money. I'm pretty young as an investor. That's kind of how my strategies go. In my spec plays, if they go to zero, they go to zero. If they go to the moon, they go to the moon. I don't really care, nor here nor there. I'm just trying to get some of these shooting stars or lightning in a bottle. So if we look here, some of the articles that have been coming out about QuantumScape, this is on Webull. They have a little bit more availability for articles on stocks, typically is what I find, more than Yahoo Finance or any other brokerage that I use. But some of the articles I wanted to note was Morgan Stanley. They actually have appraised them, QuantumScape, for their transparency in the solid state battery efforts, because like we said in our earlier video where we dissected the breakdown of the market where everyone else is trying to develop a solid state battery for EVs, a lot of them like to pick and choose their data and use which ones look best, but leave out the ones that would kind of hurt their reputation or the numbers or just kind of overall sentiment about the research. Whereas QuantumScape is putting out all of the research and all the numbers that they have available that would make a difference, in your opinion, on if they are able to really kind of make their promise of developing a solid state battery that is able to operate in EVs, and that's basically their only goal, and they are working very, very hard for that. Currently they have 4 cells, which does not seem like much, but just the ability to add more than one cell together was a huge feat for them, and all they need here is to sustain efficiency as they scale up, because that is the hardest part. You can't just add batteries on top of batteries without losing power along the way. And the losing power is just from heat. Obviously, you can't just create or destroy energy, the first law of thermodynamics, but the heat escaping when you put multiple batteries together is kind of the issue. So maybe they need some sort of coolant mechanism by putting them together. And the second one I want to note is that, I think it was 2 days ago, that the QuantumScape CEO, Jagdeep Singh, is actually mulling around over legal action or filing a lawsuit against Scorpion Capital, the group that published the short seller report. So this is another reason that this stock is having some negative selling pressure, because lawsuits against, even if you're filing a lawsuit, it's never a pretty situation to be a part of, and usually investors and traders usually like to stay away from this. So overall just kind of a messy situation for the whole company itself. But it is good and bullish signs that he is so offended by the report, saying that we've been very open about our technologies and our progress so far, and we think that it is fraud to say otherwise and trying to contradict us. And there's actually a video on CNBC that I'll put on here for you guys to. We will kind of let you decide if they are guilty or not, or kind of what your thoughts are on this. And so, as you can see there, he kind of pointed out what I said earlier, how they have been very transparent about their progress so far. And like I said, we went through it, I think in the first video that I did on QuantumScape about their progress on their battery technology, where it went through the whole chart and analysis of every company working on solid-state batteries currently. But another thing I wanted to touch on is I think he kind of undersold what he was saying. He said it's not physics, but they're not just working on physics, they're working on particle physics, which is a whole nother issue, which is very, very complicated. So I just thought that was funny there too. If we wanted to get into some technical analysis and where to buy and where this will stop dropping, I have my chart and kind of my basic indicators that I like to look at. These are just some moving averages, just to give you a good idea of, on average, where the stock would be on a given indication of days. The light blue is 5, the red is 10, the yellow is, I think, 20, for some reason 21, I guess it's 3 weeks, and the purple is 50. So if we look here, we are currently on April 20th, and we are below the every moving average. So we're below the 5, below the 10, below the 21, and the 50. We can see here there was a little bit of buying pressure today in this wick. We can see from the candle, if you want to zoom in here, where we almost reached the 5-day moving average to bounce up and break through it, but we did not quite ever since April 14th, which I think is around the time where the short seller report came out. The stock has been on free fall. As we can see here, we're hanging around the 5-day moving average, and since then we have been either below it or substantially below it. Today we closed out at almost about the low, so $1 below the low. And from a technical analysis, there is not very much support until the under $20, so just about 20 here. There's a little bit of support here. So because of the fact that there's no support and we are below each of these moving averages, I don't know if I would advise to start buying in yet, just because as we can see as we look through here the technical analysis, that there is still a good room to be fallen. And I've seen this on a couple articles saying that just from a technical perspective, that is not an attractive buy yet. So My opinion on QuantumScape stock currently is to hold, but if this does fall below 10 billion, it will definitely be attractive, and I might have to start buying in very, very small quantities, just because you never know. Just because there is no support up until the 20 ranges doesn't mean that it will fall that way. Maybe it will fall to 25, maybe it will fall to 27, maybe it falls to 19, 18, but you really just don't know. So that is why you always have to keep cash on the side, have your liquidity set, and your risk management. But that was kind of my overall thoughts on QuantumScape stock. Hope you liked the video. If you lasted this long, please give a like, subscribe, and drop a comment what you thought and what you were going to be doing with QuantumScape stock. Will you buy, will you hold, or will you sell if you do hold it, which I definitely advise against. Don't want to be a paper handing. Like I said in most videos, the Robinhood and Webull links will be in the description if you don't have an account with them already. Get some free money by signing up with my link, and thanks for watching.